You bake a large batch of seasonal pastries, put a sign on the counter, and wait. But as the hours tick by, those pastries just sit there, drying out, while customers walk right past. A solitary counter sign is rarely enough to shift stagnant inventory. Moving that volume requires an engineered campaign, one that synchronizes your kitchen preparation, your tasting displays, and your sales tracking. Before you announce a new promotion, you need 3 prerequisites: a defined target goal, a few core marketing taglines, and active access to your point-of-sale system. Step 1 is mapping out your campaign blueprint. Start by establishing your primary objective, whether that is increasing overall foot traffic or clearing out a specific seasonal item. Then, map out a timeline spanning from pre-launch preparation all the way to your post-campaign review. Next, attach hard numbers to that objective. Set strict, measurable targets for exactly how much sales uplift you expect, and outline clear expectations for your staff's participation. Daily campaign sales targets must align with baking inventory. Forecast expected sales so the kitchen produces enough volume. If marketing outpaces production, you hit a bottleneck. The inventory line drops below the sales target, creating a gap that means stockouts and lost revenue. A successful campaign is an airtight operational schedule. You have to synchronize your entire process to ensure customer demand never breaks your available supply. Even with a flawless blueprint, your launch will stumble if the kitchen, the sales staff, and the marketing team operate in silos on opening day. Everyone needs to be on the same page. Share the specific goals of the campaign and the key selling points of the products with all your frontline staff before the doors open. To get the team actively engaged, attach clear incentives to those goals. Setting up a targeted recognition program for staff who hit certain milestones builds immediate enthusiasm and a sense of ownership. However, avoid handing your team a rigid, word-for-word marketing script. Forcing staff to memorize and recite exact phrases makes interactions sound stiff and robotic, which immediately turns customers away. Instead, train your staff on a few simple talking points. The goal is to help them weave the benefits of the campaign product naturally into their regular checkout conversations. When staff communicate authentically, that dialogue acts as a seamless bridge. It allows them to casually suggest an upsell or offer a sample tasting without feeling pushy. By equipping your team with knowledge rather than scripts, basic customer service interactions become an active, invisible sales engine. Now, let's look at the physical layout of your bakery floor. Where you place your promotional displays dictates exactly how much customer engagement you will generate. Look at this overhead bakery floor plan. Bright heat map colors identify high traffic zones near the entrance and register, maximizing impulse buys. Conversely, darker, low-traffic dead zones isolate promotional items from customer flow. Placing items here guarantees a 0% conversion rate. Once you have the right location, you have to maintain the presentation. A pristine display invites customers in, while a messy, depleted shelf suggests they missed the good items. Keep your displays obsessively neat and continuously refreshed throughout the entire day. For high-priority items, incorporate tasting sessions into your schedule. Restrict these active tastings exclusively to your peak foot traffic hours or during special promotional events. Train the staff managing these tasting stations to engage the customers. Rather than passively handing out samples on a tray, they should actively share the story behind the product and explain what makes it unique. You must also link this active tasting schedule directly back to your initial inventory forecasts. If a tasting successfully drives a sudden rush of interest, the nearby display needs enough stock to satisfy that immediate demand. Combining strategic spatial placement with active storytelling captures the attention of passive foot traffic and directly converts it into immediate, measurable purchases. At this point, the success of your campaign remains entirely theoretical. To validate that it actually worked, you have to consult your point-of-sale data. Plot your standard daily sales to establish a flat, stable baseline trend. This creates an accurate standard for measurement. Once the promotion goes live, track campaign volume. The goal is to see this new sales line break sharply above the historical baseline, sustaining higher volume. While the numbers track your financial progress, maintain open communication channels with your staff. Gather their qualitative feedback about customer reactions. as POS metrics cannot capture how people actually felt about the promotion. Take both the quantitative data and qualitative feedback and compile them into a concise post-campaign report. Document exactly what succeeded and clearly identify the lessons learned for next time. Finally, share these results transparently with your entire team. Acknowledging the data helps recognize their hard work and builds momentum for your future promotions. True bakery sales growth is not based on hope. It is actively engineered through coordinated preparation, strategic floor execution, and rigorous data tracking.